some great vids of Nata showing some awesome battlecruiser micro. While I'm at it, actually, wow, Canata actually carelessly pushing up there on the ridge. I'm surprised. Ended up losing a single Goliath there, not too big a hit, but still I was very surprised by that. A little out of position, as you can see in the map, kind of divided in half, but again, still Canata holding that 2 o'clock position and mining out the 6 o'clock. And wow, big force up from Nata. Nata looks like he's about to move on some location. Looks like he's headed, I think he's headed towards the south, but it looks like Kanata's figured it out. He's comp-setted the location. He's starting to get a lot more factories down and just pump his production up. I'm not sure that, wow, interesting supply depot placement there by Nata at the north. I think he was just in a little bit of a rush and kind of placing them willy-nilly. In the meantime, Tank's just kind of patrolling across the middle for Nata. Nata trying to catch Canata out of position. Wow, Canata putting down, just going to ramp up his production ridiculously here in a minute, realizing that he has the economic advantage. Just going to try to run Nata over here in a minute here. But Nata has a huge force out. I'm not sure. I think Canata has an equivalent force between dropships. Obviously, I can't get a really good... and it looks like actually what Nata's done is he's sealed his base up, his main up from the protected, just in case the protected gets flooded. You basically don't have to worry about units flooding in from the protected and running it into his main with the supply depot. Interesting kind of play there. Anyway, and as you can see, standoff. It's still patrolling there, not a lot to talk about. I guess I'll throw in some shoutouts here. Go check out se2gg.com as always, teamliquid.net. Looks like Nata is thinking about a push, but it looks like that comp-set's going to see that command center, so Kanata's going to expect it and probably mostly reinforce that northern area. And dropships coming, looks like they're coming back. We'll see where they're headed. And yeah, also check out, and pretty soon here I'm going to be doing, physics lab going down for Canata. So Canata thinking about switching into carriers, getting 2 more armories down, so thinking about air upgrades. He has a lot of factories down, and he just continued to build factories. I'm surprised by that. Thinking about switching into battlecruisers there to finish this off. We'll see how quickly he's able to switch in that. He actually might be maxed here as far as unit count goes, I'm not sure. So, and it looks like a lot of starports going up for Nata in the meantime. He's going for more of a Wraith build, and you can... I'm not going to say that positively, but I definitely looks like he's going for a more Wraith build. And no, he has his physics lab down as well. So also going for battlecruisers. I'm surprised he put down 4. Usually, usually when you see a lot of those going down, I expect to see more fast raids coming out as opposed to a lot now upgrade going there, probably Yamato Cannon Energy. We'll see where Canata decides to place. Yeah, putting down 5 starports to Kanata's 4. It looks like he. And again, I think he can do that. Now it looks like he's going to go and push in a drop, and this drop is obviously aimed at the secondary, and I think that's mostly just to kind of relieve some side, not so much to do all that impressive attack. But it looks like Kanata's going to be Nata's going to be all too welcome to free up some side of his own. We'll see where he decides to do a press attack to free up some of his supply now after the control towers go down. So I'd actually expect Nata to make the move. Looks like he's attacking across the middle here. Not to say that they're wasting units, but definitely my guess is they're maxed out as far as tanks and otherwise go. And Canata in the meantime doesn't look like he's not going to have his starports quite down yet, so this is going to turn into a long time BC. And beautiful drop by Canata right there, going right where he needed to go, right on the starports. Let's see if he's going to be successful here, but dropship's going to come in and clean the rest of this up. So wow, Canata actually getting pummeled there with his dropships, but freed up size, so he's going to be able to start building battlecruisers at this point, and is mining out of a lot of areas, as you can see. But both players have have a lot of bases actually to kind of dedicate to this. Let's see, and yeah, ComSat going off, so Canata for sure definitely knows what Nata's up to. And honestly, I don't think Canata wants any piece of Nata's BC micro when it comes to the late game. Although it looks like Kanata's going to have more starports up, so you might end up with more battle cruisers. Tanks just looks like they're actually controlling. I'm surprised that Nata hasn't pushed up with more of these tanks, hasn't gone for more of a push, knowing that a lot of that side is kind of locked up on Kanata's side and going to BCs in general. I think he can just roll over Kanata's forces at some location here. Looks like more tanks actually being produced out here for Canata. And that front door, he needs to be a little careful there. As you can see at the way it's positioned, he can't draw a lot of units back for reinforcements. And now pushing in those dropships just to get rid of them. the crowd freaking out for nothing. Basically, Canata just needed to free up some side. He wasn't so much worried. He wasn't going for an attack. He was just trying to free up some side so he can go air. Now sending some SCVs across the front, just to pummel into Kanata's front door. Canata, in the meantime, or I'm sorry, Nata going for a drop at the 6 o'clock location. Going to free up some side of his own, but can use them a little more intelligently. Going to go in for an attack, and it looks like he might be able to take out the 6 o'clock location with this attack. Brilliant move by Nata, waiting for Canata basically to waste his units, and now using his kind of unit suppress attack to a better advantage, and that's really going to even things up for him in the long run, especially if he can take that command center out, because I think that's going to go down to the supply cap of Canata, so Canata's going to be a little bit behind, probably a little bit in the red, and as you can see, trying to just seal in a little bit more, because he does, and we'll see if Nata manages to get that expansion up on his own side. It looks like he has an SCV to do so. Battlecruisers out, plus a couple drop chips. Let's see if he decides to drop in the bottom right-hand corner in the meantime, kind of go over those units and take out another command center simultaneously. Yeah, he is in fact going to do that. Beautiful. Love you, Nata. Going to drop in that bottom right-hand corner, right over those forces, but let's see how they're doing for upgrades. Looks like 1-1-1 across the board for those battlecruisers. And yeah, going to drop in that bottom right-hand corner with it. Kanata's force is going to be caught out of position. That's more supply that's going to be taken out. More gas is going to be taken out. And Nata's going to take the lead with this, especially just taking out that gas. He's going to be able to... And wow! Beautiful! Outsmarting Canata pound for pound here. And just going to... That was a brilliant and just a chess master move right there. Kanata pressing up there and just thinking, oh, well, his units are out of position, and starting to press up into it, and just ended up getting annihilated by Kanata's tanks that were waiting and wait. And those battlecruisers coming in at the 6 o'clock position to continue to defend there. Comsat going off, so he sees basically those units starting to bear down. Just going to continue to deny that, and Kanata really needs to press up and do something now. If he doesn't retake at least one of those two bases and kind of recap the gas in the long run, he's going to end up losing this match, because you can see he was just relying on that 2 o'clock, and Nata very cleverly just going to mine out of that from that corner, mine what he can out of that. And again, to the first-person view, I don't know why they use this view. I just don't find it interesting at all. I mean, it's great when you see like some crazy micro going on, but just the basic macro, just whatever. Anyway, showing Nata's view now, as you can see, Nata controls most of the map, and now getting Comsat off, it looks like he's going to kind of check getting, just going to mine the gas initially, and Comsat out, make sure they can hold this. Manage to get it back. Let's see if he decides to either use those dropships or kill off those dropships now, so he can free up some side of his own. And just, yeah, going to hold position there, and a lot of gas, as you can see, left in there. I think they're doing some deductive logic there and saying 5,000 minus whatever. I think that looks like it's in the 2,000s, so it looks like about, I think that's in the high 2,000s though, so about 2,000 gas went from Canata there, but that's basically a lot of gas that he's being denied. Canata, and it looks like another drop setting up, so let's see if he decides to load this back up and go for that protected secondary as well, but it looks like those battlecruisers are going to go back in that corner. This SCV just pushing up, and a lot of battlecruisers out for Canata in the meantime. I'm not sure if Nata, yeah, no, as you can see, those dropships getting caught up, but I don't think there's any units in them. Just freeing up a little bit of side, but a good bait. Now it looks like Nata going to expand again to the bottom right corner. Let's see, yeah, he's a huge group of battlecruisers. I'm not going to call this for sure in Nata's favor, but I've just seen some brilliant micromanagement out of him with battlecruisers in the past, and I think he will be able to do it. Now going to push in the bottom right-hand corner with those battlecruisers against those Goliaths, and let's see if Nata can get there in time and basically defend that. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's probably just going to have to cancel a command center, but I think he is going to be able to catch those battlecruisers out of position and probably take them out. Now pushing it now, let's see if he gets him Yamato cannon. Now Canata falling back, realizing he's taking up a little too much time here. And let's see if Nata actually pushes up and gets a couple of cheap Yamatos off on those. No, he's not going to go after some cheap Yamatos on the tank's held position. And we'll see who produces the first science vessel here with EMP to kind of deal with that Yamato cannon, or if either of them opts for that. Again, Canata still not thinking, and now putting some gas at the 12 o'clock location. Going to pull some gas from his top side, but he doesn't have a. And yeah, now going to reclaim that bottom right corner, but he hasn't had it for a long time. So I think that's still in Nata's favor. So I would still put Nata a little bit ahead at this point. But again, with these huge games, hard to tell. Looks like Nata bringing a lot of SCVs off the line. Probably going to run to that, run an attack across the top with those SCVs, see if he can take out a couple tanks here. Those tanks on sieging, we'll see what Canata is planning on doing with those. A couple SCVs coming out in the line. He's just thinking about freeing up Psy. Just gonna, wow, he actually might be able to get those SCVs in against those tanks and do a little bit of an attack there to tank a couple of those tanks out. He's gonna have to unsiege, opening up a little bit of a line there, and those battlecruisers being forced to come back and take that out. Not in the meantime. Wow, big battlecruiser fleet. So it looks like he has the full control group. It looks like Canata's just short of control group. And this is going to come down to, again, one of those huge, epic micro battles right at the last second. In the meantime, I'm just going to be entirely feeling dead air. So again, in the meantime, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do the 2 versus 2 fan site commentaries. We'll get those out in the near future. Is there anything else to mention? Cyreaver